Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be talking about the two rate up banners currently available and which one you should be recruiting between Perseus or Ravion, because of course for many people you'll have to make a decision, and the decision in my opinion is very simple. Ravion is the hero you should be investing into. Perseus is the hero you should be skipping or at least waiting to see for much time in the future. The reason for this is Ravion has already proven himself on the VN server rotation of the 8 Dream Realm bosses to be the best hero in your team for 3 to 4 of the Dream Realm bosses. So if you want to continue to be competitive in Dream Realm, it is important for you to build your Ravion. And as for how far you want to ascend Ravion, minimum you want to get him to Mythic Plus and then use Acorns to ascend him to Supreme, because all of the Ascension stats are going to matter for him. And then you will also want to get him to plus 10 exclusive equipment, and then eventually when you can, even plus 20 exclusive equipment. Even though of course that is a big investment, every stat you give to Ravion is going to increase the attack buff he provides to allies, because interestingly Ravion's attack buff he provides is going to be based on his own initial attack. And of course, when you upgrade him to plus 15 exclusive equipment, he is going to have a higher raw percentage of that initial attack boost to your ally or allies as well as himself. So Ravion is a very stat hungry hero. You want to upgrade him in exclusive equipment, eventually even taking up to plus 20, and he's a pretty high priority for that. He's one of the top priorities for that. Like I would say, obviously Shamira is number one because she's the key damage dealer, but then when you come to the supportive heroes like Valara, like Ravion, even though Ravion's a sub DPS, he's also a support because he provides that attack buff. Both of them do want to get plus 20 exclusive equipment when you are able to do so. So that is basically the short of it with Ravion. If you want to, for example, use your tickets, use your epic recruitment letters for when he comes off of the banner to finish him off, that's totally good and that's a really smart decision. But still try to get him to Mythic Plus, ascend him to Supreme, and plus 10 exclusive equipment, and he will be working in the top option for some of the Dream Realm bosses for now. Also for PvP, Ravion is a beast. He can power up your nuking damage dealers, whether it be something like Lily May, Siren with a lot of damage right at the beginning of the match, or even more pay-to-win damage dealers like Athalia. Ravion is great for accelerating them, giving them more buffs than any other hero is capable of doing, and just allowing you to shred and nuke through an enemy team. So Ravion also very solid in PvP, and for my upcoming formations for Supreme Arena, I will be using him a lot in top team formations. But of course I will try to give free-to-play options without Ravion as well, because I know not everyone's going to be able to build Ravion. But Ravion is just a very solid all-around hero. Obviously he is not Shamira tier, but basically no hero is Shamira tier. Ravion is still around about, I would say, Valara tier, Daemon tier. Now people are thinking, should I swap my Daemon into Ravion? I do not think so. Daemon, Valara, Pandora are all some of the three strongest heroes from the previous season. None of them should be swapped. Obviously Pandora can't even be swapped, but Daemon and Valar should not be swapped in my opinion. You should either build Ravion from scratch or swap like your Indris, whether it be at a lower ascension, and just get some extra copies and then get your Ravion built up. Because the other heroes from the previous season, Xandrok, Pang, Indris, these heroes are not needed. These are really luxury heroes, and honestly even if you have them, you usually don't even end up using them. Like, I'm speaking from experience. So Ravion is a hero that you should be investing into. Now, as for Perseus, he has only been out for 2 days on the VN server, so they have tested him in 2 different Dream Realm bosses, and he has not been in a top team thus far. There are still those 6 more bosses. There could be some potential for some Dream Realm usage. However, honestly speaking, it is very unlikely. We've had him on Pioneer server. From the testing on Pioneer server, he was basically only a PvP hero, and for Dream Realm, he just doesn't do enough for the team, because Perseus is like, he is an almost raw dedicated damage dealer, and he doesn't come anywhere near to the damage output of a hero like Shamira. And so usually the top comps in Dream Realm are all like Shamira and then more buffers for her, whether it be Ravion, whether it be the twins onto them, buffing them. And so like Ravion fits a really good role in Dream Realm because he's a sub DPS and also a buffer, so he can power up your hyper carry further. But Perseus is like a self-serving damage dealer. He does have some minor buffs potentially with his fertile land, but they are pretty minor. But that being said, we have to wait and see. Of course, no one can make a prediction for 100% certainty, but I can say almost 100% Ravion is more meta than Perseus, and that is why I'm making this video, saying that Ravion is the safer hero to be pulling and to be investing into. But if you want to be completely cautious, you can wait and see for another 6 days, see if Perseus sees any Dream Realm usage, but I find it very unlikely. And as for AFK stages up until now, Perseus has hardly seen any usage. Zany is seeing way more usage than him out of a light bearer hero, and anyway, AFK stages, I mean, there are a bunch of different team formations you can use, so it's not a major priority to even build for that, but just basically saying AFK stages, he's still not really showing any use. For PvP though, he is good. He is good for PvP. He scales really hard off of buffs, boosts his damage output, it reduces the damage taken to himself. He also amplifies all buffs on himself by 40%, and that is scary. And for PvP, he can be really strong in nuke-oriented teams, also comboed with Ravion, for example, to give some buffs to Perseus to make him even crazier. And then you form these really rush sort of beat-down teams, and he does well in that. However, there are always counters to that. If, for example, you do see a Perseus rush team on defense, the way you deal with that is you just put a Brutus to tank all the damage for that initial 6 seconds of invincibility and everything, and just kill the whole team while everyone is hitting Brutus. So there are counters for it. On offense though, it is pretty deadly. Perseus with buffer combo. However, on offense, if you choose your team wisely, you can use a bunch of different teams to defeat even meta defenses. So you don't need Perseus for PvP, even though he seems like a very interesting, like a fun offense option, and he is strong. He is strong given the right team and given the right enemy team that doesn't counter him. He is very strong in PvP. There's no question about that. And who knows, with more buffing in the future, he could become even more of a beast, like more strong buffers in the future. But for right now, Perseus honestly is just a luxury hero, luxury PvP unit. What I've done, I've taken him to Supreme Plus, but I am not Paragon upgrading him. I am not, unless he's meta for Dream Realm or multiple bosses, I am not going to do that. Because the other thing is, even if Perseus seems tempting, you have to realize that we're going to have 8 heroes over the course of this season. You cannot be tempted by every single hero. You have to be kind of critical. You have to really like play the devil's advocate on everything you choose to recruit for. But Ravion is one hero I say you should pull. He's a good investment. He's already proven his usage. He's very good in PvP. I think people will miss out if they don't pull him. However, Perseus, I don't think you're missing out on anything if you don't pull him. And you can just later put him on your wish list, because already the S level light bearer wish list is pretty not competitive. There's like no other than Siren, like the other heroes you don't even want a Paragon upgrade, so like you can easily slot Perseus into the wish list, so that's another thing. But anyway guys, those are my thoughts about Perseus versus Ravion. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section down below. Of course, if there is any new information about Perseus's meta usage, I will make an updated video, definitely. And if you want to be completely cautious, you can wait out another 8 days, 9 days before even deciding to recruit for Ravion. However, I'm saying like with 95% plus certainty, Ravion is the choice here over Perseus. So if you just want to go in, build him up, and have him work well for you in Dream Realm, then you might as well just do it. Because also, even if Perseus sees some usage, it still doesn't discount the fact that Ravion still is meta and kind of really important to have on your account. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. If you are not already a member of my AFK Journey Discord server, please join that. There is a link to that in the description of this video. Also, if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. There is a link to that in the description of this video. In a pinned comment, there's the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.